Marco was then into custody. Marco was taken into custody by Naga City Police Station 1 and will go through the necessary legal processes in accordance with the law. In another news, the Department of Interior and Local Government, the Department of Interior and Local Government, DILG, Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, a 29-year-old man died Monday night after he was hit by a passing Philippine National Railways train in Pulang, Albay Province, the police said on Tuesday, November 7. Captain Karen Formales, Albay Police spokesperson, said investigation revealed that when the unnamed victim was walking to his house near the railroad, he suffered from an epileptic seizure, which caused him to fall on the steel track. While on the railroad track, the train came around 7:30 p.m. and ran over the victim in Barangay Apad. The train was traveling from Naga City when the accident happened, which left the victim suffered fatal injuries and died on the spot. In another story, in an unexpected turn of events, a 29-year-old call center agent was apprehended while in the process of securing a police clearance at Police Station 1, Naga City Police Office. The said individual, known by the alias Marco, went to Police Station 1, Naga City to obtain a police clearance. But during the processing of his application, his name was in the list of hit in the National Police Clearance NPC system. Further, upon verification, it was found out that Marco had an outstanding warrant of arrest for 3 counts of violation of Batas Pambansa Bilang 22, otherwise known as bouncing check. The warrant of arrest was issued by MTCC Branch 2, Cabanatuan City, Nueva Ecija on October 19, 2023. Marco was taken into custody by Naga City Police Station 1 and will go through the necessary legal process in accordance with the law. In another news, the Department of the Interior and Local Government, DILG, has formally ordered the removal of Legazpi City Councilor Albarizo from his position. This order came after the Commission on Elections COMELEC affirmed the resolution disqualifying Barizo from running as councillor for the city of Legazpi in the May 2022 national and local elections. The ILG is now directed to implement this resolution by serving Barizo a copy of the resolution and ordering him to cease and desist from discharging the powers and functions of the office of a councillor for the city of Legazpi. The provincial government of Albay received the implementation and order on October 27, while the City Hall office received it on Monday, November 6. It is yet unclear who will replace Barizo in the councillor position for the city of Legazpi, Albay, but the DILG is expected to work closely with the governor of the province of Albay to ensure a smooth transition. Additional local news. The Commission on Elections COMELEC requires all barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections BSKE 2023 candidates, losers and winners to submit their statement of contributions and expenditures SOSE on or before November 29 this year. All candidates have to submit their SOSE to the COMELEC office where they filed their certificates of candidacy. According to the COMELEC, the deadline for the submission of the SOSE was final and non-extendable. COMELEC said that any SOSE filed beyond the deadline will not be accepted. Meanwhile, the Department of Interior and Local Government DILG also dropped the requirement for winning candidates to file their SOSE in the agency, considering candidates are already required to file SOSE with the COMELEC. The ILG is only requiring newly elected officials to submit the certificate of compliance from COMELEC on the SOSE submission before assuming into office. In the national scene, a newly elected barangay councilor in Pasay City was shot dead on Monday, according to the Pasay City Police. Based on a CCTV footage of the incident, Marcelina Camacho, who recently won as barangay councilor in the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections, was shot from the back twice by men riding a motorcycle in front of the Barangay 37 hall. According to the police, Camacho was rushed to the hospital but was declared dead on arrival. According to Police Major Cristel Carlo Villanueva, Pasay City Police have arrested the motorcycle rider, while a manhunt operation is currently ongoing to arrest the gunman who is still on the loose. Villanueva said Pasay City Police are currently investigating the gunman's motives behind the killing and considering the possibility that it is politically motivated. Villanueva added that another reason behind the attack could be related to the barangay councilor's money lending business. Less than a week ago, another newly elected barangay councilor was shot dead in the Cotabato province. In a related story, gunmen killed a newly elected barangay councilor in an interior area in Antipas town in Cotabato province on Tuesday morning. The Antipas Municipal Police Station MPS, in a report to Colonel Harold Ramos, Cotabato Police or Provincial Police Director, identified the fatality as Edmar Pineda Perero, known in the municipality as a friendly and polite person. Perero was elected Kagawad in Barangay Dolores in Antipas during the October 30 synchronized Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. The Antipas MPS said he was driving his own tricycle on his way home from the town center in Antipas when he was attacked by gunmen along the route. Perero, who was not fatally wounded in the initial shots fired by the attackers, tried to run away towards a roadside hill where he eventually slumped and passed out. Ramos said that he has directed the investigators in the Antipas MPS and intelligence agents under him to enlist the help of local officials in identifying the killers of Perero, who had escaped even before responding policemen and barangay police could reach the scene. In another story, the police and military have urged the Moro Islamic Liberation Front to disengage and reconcile two of its groups that clashed on Monday morning in Maguindanao del Norte, causing the displacement of about 100 villagers. The local police stated in a report on Tuesday to Brigadier General Alan Nobleza, Director of the Police Regional Office Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, that the two groups figure in running gunfights for hours in Linib and Tinindanan areas in Barangay Bugawas in Datu Odin, Sinsuat Town. Lieutenant Colonel Esmail Madin, chief of the Datu Odin Sinsuat Municipal Police Station, and officials of the Maguindanao del Norte Provincial Police Office identified the leaders of the feuding groups as Commanders Salim and Adam, who has more than 30 followers each, armed with assault rifles and grenade launchers. Evacuees from the conflict-torn villages are convinced that hostilities were related to the October 30 synchronized barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections, where both groups had favored candidates. And in the news outside the country, Department of Foreign Affairs said Tuesday that Palestinian spouses of Filipino nationals in the Gaza Strip will be allowed to leave the war-torn enclave. Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Eduardo de Vega said that the verbal clearance for the safe passage of the Palestinian spouse into Egypt will make it easier for the government to convince Filipinos to leave the bombarded Gaza. Of the 136 Filipinos in Gaza, 115 initially expressed their intention to leave. However, the DFA official said last week that only 46 individuals remained committed to being repatriated due to concerns about leaving their Palestinian spouses. De Vega also announced that 46 Filipinos have been allowed to leave Gaza and enter Egypt through Rafah crossing Tuesday. The evacuation of foreigners, including Filipinos from Gaza, was delayed due to recent attacks. De Vega said 39 nationals among the 46 individuals are currently at the border between Gaza and Egypt, while 7 individuals are having second thoughts about leaving. In another story, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, began a 5-day visit to the Middle East on Tuesday to engage with government officials and civil society on the human rights violations taking place amid Israel's escalation in Gaza. Turk said in a statement that it has been one full month of carnage, of incessant suffering, bloodshed, destruction, outrage, and despair. Turk is in Cairo on Tuesday and will visit Rafah, located on the border with Gaza, on Wednesday, before he travels to the Jordanian capital of Amman on Thursday. Turk also sought access to Israel, the occupied West Bank, as well as Gaza, where the war is at its worst. The UN official is in the region to engage with government officials, civil society actors, victims, and UN colleagues on the human rights situation in the region. This visit takes place against the backdrop of the ongoing extremely serious human rights and humanitarian crisis. And finally, in the news outside the country, Malaysia will not proceed with a proposed bill to prevent trans-border haze pollution, its Environment Ministry said, citing difficulties in obtaining the necessary information for prosecution purposes. Almost every dry season, smoke from fires to clear land for palm oil and pulp and paper plantation in Indonesia blankets much of the region, leading to concerns for public health. Malaysia's environment minister said a diplomatic approach through negotiations was a better way to collectively address haze issues involving international borders. It is said that such information was difficult to obtain as it involved matters of confidentiality, security, and national sovereignty issues. Malaysia last month called on Indonesia and a grouping of Southeast Asian nations to take action as air quality worsened across the country due to fires in Indonesia. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, November 8, 2023. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Joy Duque. And on the technical side, Chad Bobbies. And to our provincial information officer, Attorney Mary Luduca Castillo. and under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Azul Grex Lagman, I am Greg HALLARE. Thank you for subscribing.
In this moment, we all surround, 'cause we're right where we belong.